And today we're going to be talking about delayed gratification and how it applies to weight loss. Delayed gratification is the ability to put off something pleasurable now in order to gain something more pleasurable later in time. In the Stanford marshmallow experiment, Missile put a marshmallow in front of children and told them they could eat it now, or they'd get a second one when he got back. So, not surprisingly, the majority of the children ate the marshmallow right away. Those kids that were better able to delay gratification did better in school, had less behavioral problems, and grew up to earn more in their fields. So, how did these children who delayed gratification do it? How did they resist the momentary temptation? Distraction. So they found that people able to delay gratification, the number one thing they did was replace the pleasure in front of them that they wanted to avoid with a different pleasure that they could, in good conscience, indulge in, or that they couldn't get their hands on. So for example, when you're looking at that chocolate cake, that's in front of you, envision a food that you don't have available in the moment that you love. For me, it's Chinese food. So I would envision some fried rice or a crab rangoon. Oh my goodness, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Delaying gratification is so important because although those motivational quotes will give you the kick that you need to start going, it will be self-control and discipline that will allow you to, in the end, reach your goals. Hey y'all! Okay, so I kind of want to explain what my setup will be like. The first about 3 minutes, I'm going to have what I said I was going to talk about in the video, so the crucial information. So this one would be delaying gratification and how it applies to weight loss. And then the second part of the video, I want it to be more of the time when you grab your coffee and you put on a face mask, and more just to hang out and I'll talk about life and what's going on and just little tips and tricks and things I've learned. And this will really be the community portion. Okay, so now I want to talk about something that really helps when you have a longer term goal. So that's some intense delay in the gratification. And so one thing that can kind of help is to find small gratifying things along the way. So for instance, it's gratifying to get that confidence that's built up when you have done an awesome workout and you start eating healthy, and maybe the number on the scale is not where you want it to be, but it's lower than the day before, and that is gratifying. That is instant gratification when you step on that scale and you see the number lower than it was the day before. And it also gives you confidence, and that's gratification. Confidence is gratification. And also being able to, at the end of the night, feel proud of what you've accomplished that day because you ate healthy and you worked out and you didn't give in to temptation. I know a quote that I saw a long time ago that I love was, so that if nothing else, I'm losing weight. And what I like to reterm it as, so that if nothing else, I'm reaching my goals. Or so if nothing else, I'm one step closer. I should say that. That's way better. And I just thought, sometimes you have those days where you've read a book or you've watched TV and you don't really feel like you've done a ton. Some days I'll even clean my whole house and then I'm like, what have I done today? Have I done anything for someone? Have I done? And I just have that empty feeling. And so it's those times I just get out my Bible. But it's nice to, at the end of the day, feel like you're accomplishing something, even if it's a very small step towards your end goal. Okay, so lastly, I just want to kind of explain why I decided to start this channel. I get married in 30-some days. I'm so excited. But along with that, there's so much pressure nowadays on brides to have flawless skin and long hair and be skinny but still toned. And I really feel that pressure. And one thing I do when I get really stressed or I feel something I need to do is unattainable, I want to check out. So I'll turn on Netflix or Hulu and watch a movie. Well, one thing that happens when I check out is I'm not there in the moment with my goals in mind, and I'm watching these beautiful people on the screen eating food, and it makes me hungry, and I'm like, they still look like that and eat that food, and I'm not really caring about my life at the time. If I'm watching Criminal Minds, I'm more concerned about how they're gonna get the bad guy, and so I go in and I eat a whole tub of ice cream, and I'll eat chips, and it's a non-ending cycle. And once I take a little step in the wrong direction, I'll just fall on my face. I saw a quote once that was, if you drop your phone on the floor, you're not gonna take it and throw it against the wall. And that really helped me, because I was like, okay, if I eat a whole bag of popcorn, I'm not also gonna have the cake. I'm not gonna throw my phone against the wall after dropping it on the floor. And so that kind of helped me. But knowing it was a trigger of mine to watch TV, I decided to change it. And so I stopped watching shows by myself alone in my room when I knew that what I was going to end up doing was binging and then hating myself for having no self-discipline. So what I did instead was I got on YouTube and I looked up fitness, health, lifestyle channels, and it was so encouraging and inspiring, and I learned things and I got tips and tricks, and I found a community. And so this is my version of what helped me so much. And obviously I'm new to this. There's going to be such a big learning curve, but I would love it if, I could turn something that used to be a trigger into something I now use for inspiration. And I think that's really overcoming an obstacle. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. So I got here Blake's driving face, which entertains me so much because he looks so intimidating.